You want good health. Definitely, terahertz is one of the avenues wherein you can definitely look into, take an assistance through drinking this water. Definitely, it gives an advantage. But for many of us, if you are looking at a cure for a disease which many a times we don't even know what is the root cause, but it might be a little difficult for you all to get cleared from this particular situation. But at the end of the day, definitely there is some goodness in everything we do, especially when you're drinking the water. So when we are looking at good health, please look from a broader perspective. And if at all, if you are good looking at good health, please do understand that good health doesn't happen overnight. It is not a 1 day process, 2 day process, 3 day process, or even maybe months process. It is a lifelong, everyday practice. What you have been doing for very long is the only way you can maintain a good health. Because many people down there, especially when they're talking to me, they'll be looking at some instant, like the instant noodles, wherein you look at a instant cure for your diseases, or you are looking at an instant relief of situation. It can happen. Maybe if 100 people are going to given this water to drink, there are chances that one or two people can have an instant the moment they drink, and then of course they can get good benefit. Now, recently, what had happened is I had given this water to one of my very close acquaintance, and she has been a singer. And she knows that I've been doing this Terra's water for a very long time. I did introduce before, but I didn't force this particular person. But ultimately, just 2 weeks ago, she came and picked up 1.5 liters of around 3 bottles first, and then she went and drank the water. But after completing the 3 bottles of water, she came back and then she saw me and said, "Doctor, I feel something very nice after drinking this water. So, can I have some more of this water?" I said, "Yeah, definitely you should." So, what happens is the demand is automatically created by the person because they see the difference. Now, the situation is that one thing is she trusts me as a doctor, that is, of course, already there, but still, many a times it is that your own will for accepting the water as it is, and then when you drink the water, the healing process is much, much better than looking for a cure of the disease. So, saying that, your good health definitely needs to be looked from a aerial view or a 3D view. I will say it's a 3D view. So when you are looking at a 3D view, the first expression I would like to share would be is this particular thing wherein this is the best thing in my life what has happened in my 33 years of my medical practice. I'm completing 50th week of health talk continuously. I have been doing it for the past 1 year, and today is the 50th. The 50th week of my this one. So thank you all very much for this wonderful opportunity you all gave to me, and then it did give me an advantage for me to read more. Then I had to pick a lot of information which I had to work on it and then prepare the slides and then bring it to you. So I hope that many of you would have been benefited in the 50 previous weeks of information which I've been sharing. And at this time, definitely, I would like to extend my humble, sincere thanks to the Board of Directors of Terrace Sindian Berhad, Malaysia, and of course, Madam Yen from China, and of course, our 001, Mr. George, then Frankie, a very good friend of mine, Eddie, another beautiful soul, Brian, who's been assisting in this particular path down here now, Madam Lee, who has been the host for me, and of course, people who have introduced me from the Indian community, with right from Mr. Raj to Mr. Mohan, and of course, last but not the least, if you participants weren't to be there here, I wouldn't have been able to complete this 50 weeks of my participation. So, thank you very much to every one of you who sincerely trusted and gave me the opportunity to move forward. So thank you very much once again. So with the journey to move forward, there's something which you all need to ask. Most of the time, the best thing to ask yourself is, how healthy are you? When you ask this question, the first thing, the answer I would like to give would be is very simple. If probably you get a situation where your body can heal itself from any external threat, that means your body is healthy. For example, you are getting fever and you're able to come out of the fever without any medication, that means your body is healthy. So it can be a viral infection, it can be a bacterial infection, it can be anything, it can be even cancer. But at the end of the day, if your body is fit enough to recoup back, then it is a healthy body. So when healthy, if you look at the word itself, there are four letters. That is, the first four letters is your heal, then the last three letters is your die. So heal thyself is your body's what I would say, the mantra for it to heal itself. So give an opportunity. But most of us, including me, once upon a time, get the blood test done, and then when the doctor says all okay, and then we are very happy. But when you're looking at functional medicine or in the wellness industry, it is a little different thing. What we all look at is, we pick the signals what your cell is sending across. Now this particular way of picking up the cellular information is there is only one particular way you can do it, is something called bioresonance. Now bioresonance is basically picking up the signals from your cells. Now out there in the market, there are a lot of machines available, and among that, one of the most commonest which I am using, and of course I would recommend to pick up the signals of your body, is your hair analysis, wherein we do a hair root analysis, and then of course we can pick the signals as to what your body is speaking, and whatever the cellular dysfunction is happening, if we can go and correct those cellular dysfunction, you definitely can be able to heal or cure a disease in the process. It's all a process. Now when there is a cellular damage, definitely there will be tissue damage, definitely there will be an organ damage, definitely you will have a disease by itself. So when you are having a disease, there are three different stages before the disease at the cellular level. Now when you're looking at the health, we need to go a little more wider so that we know what we are doing. So when you're looking at human beings as such, we are the most evolved in the animal kingdom. But when we look at, let's assume that we are talking about COVID right now. For the past 2 years, we have been, of course, a lot of commotion going on with the vaccination, the booster dose, everything is done there. But have you heard of animals dying of COVID? And have you ever heard of any birds, having COVID and they're dying, or your animals like your dogs, your cattle dying of COVID? No, we have not. We have not really heard of it. How come in the animal kingdom we are supposed to be the most evolved, but we are the most vulnerable? We are the most easily, a single mosquito can bite you and then you get a dengue fever and then you die. Why? So we are so fragile in our body system. But our intelligence is so high that we can do so many things. Like a human being can take a gun and then shoot a person and kill him. Whereas animal don't do that. Animal will never use a gun to shoot another person. It will only attack by using its own physical power to overpower the other animal, and then of course in the fight it can kill the other animal. This is how it happens. But we are the only one who can definitely kill another person. From the back also we can do it. Now this is what we human beings are an expert in many areas, where we do things from behind. Now if you look at the way this universe has been there for all this while, many of us are all doing the wrong things, many of us. Now whether we do it wrongly with our conscious mind or unconscious mind, it doesn't matter, but ultimately we are creating a damage to the environment, and thereby once there is a damage, there is a repercussion. We have to face the repercussion. So what I would request every one of you is, we all need to be humane, humane, humane in our lives, so that we live in eternal peace with the coexistence of every animal which is also needs to live on this planet Earth for its existence. Now, for whatever purpose it's born, let it be there. But we are born on a purpose of getting into a higher evolvement of higher consciousness with a higher dimensional thinking. So in that way, as we are walking through our journey, definitely health plays such an important role that, today we are bombarded with diseases. Many of us don't even know what to do, because once you get a disease, that's it. There are many times we don't know what is the end result of it. And this you would have seen in this COVID time, where once a person is affected,